All right, welcome back, everybody. And I tell you, if you saw the first video, that's on YouTube as well. I'm probably going to have to put a part one on that. But it really illustrates when you're working with clients and the fact that, you may have an idea, you may have some things in your mind as to what might work, but they have what they like. So here's the final design on what Linda liked. And this is my wife. So full disclosure, this is my wife. She has me working for her for today, and I had a whole bunch done. That's what I talked about in the first video. But she had some color stuff that she didn't like. She had some stuff that some wording that she didn't like, and so this is the fourth revision. Let me show you guys this real quick. Linda Design number 4, if you can notice right here. So and it took up a little bit of my day. So I have to figure out how I'm going to send my wife a bill, right? But as I did the work, this is something to consider as you're doing the work for, doing work for dollars kind of thing. So time for dollars. This is an approach that you really have to consider. The revisions that you put in when people kind of don't like what you send over. How do you feel about that? Can you deal with that? Because you're going to be saying all kinds of things in your head. Of course, I didn't say that because this is my wife. But of course, you still have a feeling about the things that you put on paper, right? So we settled in on this. She says, hey, I want some green coloring. I want some turquoise kind of hues. And I want it to be worded differently. Now, I had originally had numbers and kind of a background that didn't have a lot of colors. But remember, that's maybe the male perspective, right? I'm looking at this thing as clean, as efficient, that has numbers, that shows people what they're going to be getting in terms of size, how much time they're going to be able to spend on it, stuff like that. And what I suggested, and this is something I'm telling you guys, is that sometimes you might want to run a test. You may have an idea that if you're doing it yourself or your designer's bringing stuff back to you, that you may have an idea for it and you go, I just don't know about this, right? I don't know if I want those numbers up there. So what I recommend is that you run both. You run one way to, if you have a list, you run it to one half of your list. If you have some traffic, you run to half of the traffic, and the other half you run the ad or you run it a certain way. What this does is that it helps you decide not based on your feelings. And this is a really big thing sometimes. We have to get out of our feelings. Now, we don't know which one is going to do better until we get them out there and test them, right? If a man saw this, they might go, I don't want all those lady colors. But ladies, if this is who you're presenting to, then you might go, oh, I love those colors. That is a key consideration. You try to be as neutral as possible, but sometimes you knowing your market, you knowing your customer base is so key. These are some of the things I talk about when I'm teaching my entrepreneurs. I'm talking to them about know your customer. Not only the psychology, the demographic, but the psychographics. What makes them buy? What do they like? That takes a little bit. Sometimes it's surveys, sometimes it's just trial and error. But the main thing is that when you're working with clients, you do what they say. If you're in that space, if you're in the space where you're trading time for dollars, in this particular case, I'm probably trading time for dinner, or something like that. Oh, wait a minute, I'm cooking dinner. Well, you know what I'm talking about. So here's the final one. This one right here, I like it personally when I was able to kind of do it. She had some suggestions. But remember this, clients don't always tell you what they want. You almost have to send out something that they can say, I hate it or I love it. Something that gets them going. I'm the same way, right? When I send out stuff, I don't oftentimes know exactly what I want. If I'm building it myself, that's one thing. But when I'm getting it from a designer, it's like, just send me something that I can critique, something I can look at and go, I don't like that at all, right? That becomes one of the things that you can do. So I want to show you guys this. I want you to show you the second half of being able to build out. Now, this is going to be used for a digital product that Linda has come up with. And if you saw the first video, I talked to her about all the time that there's a ton of things that you could put out there in tons of things that within what you already do. And in my Monetize Your Life series and the Monetize Our Life system, this is what we talk about all the time. It's just being able to take things from your life and things that you do, things that you're about, things that you fear, things that you love, things that you are curious about, and just start creating things from those, and then going out and doing everything you can to find a bunch of group of people that like that same thing, or doing it the reverse way. You find out what people are wanting and liking, and you go, okay, this is not too far away from what I already do, already know, and create products like crazy. Okay, I'm going to get out of here today, guys, because she has given me the thumbs up. She says she loved it, that I hit it right on the nail right on the head. So I'm going to take this win and go right now, because guess what? It's been multiple hours and I haven't even done my work today. I've got a book that I just launched yesterday. I've got a couple of websites that I got to build, or I get to build. And I haven't done any of that because guess what? I'm working on my wife's stuff. Now it's done, and she can move on to the next phase of putting her product out there. All right, hey, thanks, guys. We will talk to you on the next video, and I hope you're able to get some value from this. If you're seeing this on YouTube, hey, like this. I send out these videos typically once a day. Yes, so be sure to get these things once a day, and get in on the notifications when you see these things come out, and give me your comments. I love to hear it. All right, and we'll talk soon. Take care.